everybody, we missed you all. So today we are going to be doing lesson 8-3, notes part A, or this is like day 1. So these first 4 problems are actually going to be, hopefully should be a little bit of review. We're just going to be saying what the area of each one is. So we're just actually listing the formulas out. So in a parallelogram, if you draw a dotted line here, okay, this is actually the height, or h, of your parallelogram. It is not your slanted side because it's not the actual height of your parallelogram. And then your base would be this down here. So in order to find the area of the parallelogram, we would have to multiply your base times your height. Another way that you could write it is A is equal to B times H. Okay? Alrighty, for a triangle. Okay, so same thing again. We would draw from the tip of the triangle down, and this dot dash line here would be our height, or our H. Okay? Then our bottom side here would be our B. Okay? With a triangle, it is a little bit different because our formula is going to be 1/2 times your base times your height. Now, there's a few different ways that you can actually write this. So you can actually write it as 1/2 times the base times the height, or an easier way that you might be like a little bit better. You can have the area is equal to your base times your height, and all of that divided by 2. That means the exact same thing, just written differently. Remember, for base, you could use B. Height, you can use H. So B times H divided by 2. Okay, so it doesn't just only work for a triangle that looks like this. You can also use it for a triangle that is a right triangle. You would have your height, and you would have your base. Okay? Okay, moving on to a trapezoid. So trapezoid, same thing. We're going to do our dashed line. This is going to be our height. Okay, and then with a trapezoid, you have actually 2 bases here. So we are going to have base 1 is our bottom base, so B1. And then our top base up here is going to be labeled B2. Okay, and then our formula here is going to be base 1 plus base 2, everything divided by 2, and then that whole thing times your height, or your H. Okay, and then for a circle, so in the center of a circle we usually have a dot. Okay, half of the circle is called your radius. So from the middle to one edge of the circle is called your radius. So our area is going to be pi times your radius squared. Remember, radius squared means r times r, not r times 2. And for pi, if you want to, if you don't have a pi button on your calculator, you could always use just 3.14. Okay, go ahead and flip it to the back side, and we're going to try some practice problems. So using the formulas from the front for a parallelogram, remember we have our formula is base times height is equal to our area. So we have our base of 15 because opposite sides in a parallelogram are equal. So this bottom would be also 15 inches. And our height is 8. So for our area, we would have our base of 15 times our height of 8. And that would give us 120 inches squared. Now, if you notice, it's squared because you're doing inches times inches. Inches times inches gives you inches squared. So our answer is 120 inches squared. Okay, number 2, we have a triangle. So remember, our formula for a triangle is base times height divided by 2, or you could do 1/2 and then your base times your height. So for our area, we have area is equal to We have our base of 10, so that's our B. Our height of 24, so we have 10 times 24 divided by 2. So 10 times 24 is 240 divided by 2. So that would give us our area of 120. And then the same thing, because we had meters times meters, it would be meters squared. So that's our final answer. Okay, number 3, we have a trapezoid. So this one, remember, is a little bit different. We have base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2, and then times our height. So we have base 1 on the bottom, base 2 on the top, and then we have this as our height. So we have A is equal to 20 plus 9 divided by 2, and then that whole thing times 15. So 20 plus 9 is 29 divided by 2, that whole thing times 15. So then I have 29 divided by 2 is 14.5, and then times that by 15, and your area is going to be 217.5, and then meters squared, because we are multiplying meters. Okay, and then our last one we have is our circle. So for our circle, remember, A is equal to pi r squared. Okay, so for pi, we're going to use 3.14. And if you notice here, it says the entire length from one side of the circle to the other is 14. So this is actually our diameter. And to get to our radius, which is half of that, we have to divide by 2. So we do 14 divided by 2, which is 7, and that gives us our radius. So our r is equal to 7 inches. So what I'm going to do is 3.14 times my 7 squared. So A is equal to 3.14 times 7 is 49. So in the end, my area is going to be 153.86. And then remember, area is inches squared. Thanks for watching, everybody.